All right, finally, with the coins jingling in my pocket, it's time. It's time, Holly. I managed to finally sell some things at the tavern last night. The lucky Clover is going to thrive, and one of these days we are going to make it as adorable as your shop is. But good morning, Holly. Could I please, pretty please, get a little bit of milk? How's it going at the tavern? If you need anything at all, talk to me or Buzz. Us entrepreneurs need to support each other. She is so kind. In fact, we'll go ahead and say good morning to Holly before we go ahead and say good morning to be able to get some of the milk. I'm so excited. So maybe about her. I spent my childhood on a farm very similar to this one. I spent my days playing with the animals and running through the cornfields. Unfortunately, the family business went belly up. Oh yes, and then your parents died. Okay, maybe we won't talk about your life until you feel a little bit better about that, but I'm sure as Holly and her husband have the success that they need here on their family farm, she won't need to dwell on such sad things anymore. But hello everyone, and welcome back to Traveler's Rest, where we are going to be snagging some of this cow milk to hopefully be able to make some food over at the Lucky Clover, now that we finally have a little bit of money to our name. It is not a lot of money. It is a little bit of a sad amount of money, but at least it is a little bit of money. And I think we'll go ahead and just buy her out on the cow milk for now. It looks like you can also get sheep milk with a dense and deep flavor, cheese starters if we wanted to do a little bit of that fermentation ourselves. There are more eggs available. Let's see, there's some sugar as well. I think we definitely need to get some sugar, bearing in mind I probably need to watch how much money we're spending. But maybe I can get a little bit of honey too, because I think I saw something that we could make with that honey. And then other than that, the rest of it seems like it's mostly for the animals or these leftovers. And there's also a forage table we could get if we had enough gold, which would allow us to make our own animal feed, which we don't need to do right now. But actually, as we gingerly hand over these precious coins, thank you, Holly. And we should probably check in. How much is it to actually, oh, you won't even, I'm sorry, but you don't have any building or shelter for animals. If you want to build a barn or chicken coop, speak with Buzz. He must be outside working on something or another. Well, thanks, Holly. Darn, I was hoping I could at least get an idea of how much it would be to get our own chicken. But who needs our own chicken when we have our own milk right now? Yes! All right. Hi, Buzz. Good to see you this morning, too. We can finally make some of the cream, which means we might be able to start serving up things at the Lucky Clover that hopefully will make our patrons very happy. There's more underpants. Look, I'm not going to ask any questions. Bob. Just how are you and the chicken? Bob and Nugget, always great products. Low prices too, friend. Aww. I wonder, oh, and he's got some coal we could just snag if we needed to. A whole bunch of the aromatic plants for cheap, I think. I'm gonna grab a bunch of those because I don't find many of them out in the wild, and I wouldn't mind having a few more. And you know what? We need a couple of Nuggets eggs, even if that doesn't leave me with a ton of money to my name. That's all right, because we're about to have a lot more money to our name once we head back home and do a little bit of cooking. I don't remember the last time I've been so excited to cook, because, to be honest, in many of the adventures we have had through many of the different lives we have lived across many realms, I don't think we've ever had to worry as much about the cooking we're doing being as immediately related to our survival and well-being. Also, what's this? A net? It's more trash! Oh, that's so interesting! Well, at least we can take it over to Wilson and trade it and the underwear we found. Yes, I think a few more will do. Oh, good morning, Wilson. How are you? Oh, you have a little boat. I've had a few leaks lately when it rains. Not that I'm too worried about it, but maybe I should look into it before the moisture rots the wood. I mean, so are you lonely living here? I mean, I wouldn't be, I don't think, because there's so many seagulls and there's so many, like, there's a golem just to your north with a bunch of cows and chickens, and there's also a very angry woman who comes to fish every day for the last 2 years on your pier, as you told me. Not at all. Even though I spend most of my day writing and painting, I've made some great friends during this time. I even go into town occasionally to trade. It seems my art has gained a following in the kingdom. Turning junk into pretty things is one of my hobbies. You'd be surprised what you can do with a couple of bottles and some seaweed. Also, there's a strange young lady who... wow, these are very personal matters, my friend. So, I wonder if Wilson's been eyeing up Hikari, who's been fishing off his dock angrily and silently for 2 years. Maybe someday I'll share my secrets in exchange for a nice bottle of rum. Wilson. Oh, alright, well let's finish like cleaning up the beach with him. Gosh, there's a lot of just like random underpants popping up all the time. At first I thought maybe this was kind of like we're back to the mayor in the Valley of Stars having some issues, but I don't think so. Alright, let's turn this in. How many of Wilson's seals? So now we have 11 of them. And so I wonder if that's enough to be able to get maybe one of those beautiful, beautiful sea lanterns that he has. Because one of the things I noticed when we were running our tavern last time is that it gets very dark and I want to be able to put more light in it. Maybe I'll stop by your tavern one of these days. Not that I'm much for crowds, but sometimes the urge for a bit of revelry takes me over. Oh, that's so kind of you. Alright, so with 11 of the seals that he gives us from collecting up all the trash, we almost have enough for some decorative coral. Oh, that's so cool. The mermaid fountain is ridiculously beautiful. Hanging seaweed. Oh, that's funny. The pearly coasters. Oh, the little porthole lights, I think. And then this seashell candle holder is so pretty. But the small lighthouse, oh, I definitely want to be able to snag that. And the whale song box. Imagine how nice it would be to be able to listen to a soothing melody while you enjoy, well, cream of mushroom soup? Is that all I can make right now? Maybe we need to do a little bit more to make sure that our lovely little tavern is a little bit more of a restful location for the people who might want to come and visit us. All right, but for now, let's head back home. Hi, sheep. Oh, and hello, young one. Sorry that I startled you, Arthur, but I'm friends with your family now, I think. Daddy tells us stories sometimes about when he was an adventurer, but they give me nightmares. I prefer stories about fairies and talking animals. You know, sometimes those things go hand in hand, though. Are these animals yours? Yes, Mommy and Daddy bought the farm a little while ago. They've had a lot of work lately, and since I'm a big boy now, I can help them as much as I can. Sometimes Mommy lets me feed the chickens. You must be very young, Arthur. I like them. They're very gentle and quiet. Not like the pigs, who are always squealing and grunting. They scare me a bit. Violet says that before she had another big brother, but a pig ate him whole. Oh my gosh, no wonder he has nightmares. I can't believe it. I mean, I can, but like, he's clearly a very young, somewhat sensitive, like, little brother, and to just be like, I had another brother, but then a pig ate him. The poor guy. That's just not nice. There's a difference between really wanting to like go on big adventures and then terrifying your younger brother with nightmares. All right, let's dig some of these things up, and I am so excited to head home to see what we might be able to go ahead and cook up. Also, it's been a few days actually since we've been up in the mountains, so I wonder if some of the wild plants might have really grown back in. They're just, oh, and is this some kindling? It is! Ah, it's so lovely how it just blends in properly with the environment, and you really have to keep your eyes peeled to gather up just a few sticks. Do I need to really worry about collecting kindling off the ground? Probably not. Do I want to anyway because it's really cute? Yes, yes I do. Also, I've learned my life lesson. Before we go in, there. I am filling up my buckets to the brim because I am not being caught without water for my little cat Clover this time around. Good, and the trees I planted are regrowing. And it looks like we have a lot going on back here in our furnaces. But one of the things I did want to check on, I'm trying to remember where I saw it. Was it over here? Is a torch. So if we had plant fibers and wooden poles, we might be able to make some standing torches. And that might actually be something we want to work on a little bit. So let's see, wooden poles. that might need to be down here. I'm gonna get a few of those because we need to have a little bit more light if we're going to be able to have a comfortable environment for people to visit. And there's the small barrel stand. I could have sworn there were some other things that I could craft. I just can't remember at the moment. Let's see, there's firewood I could make. Let's get some more iron sheets going and some bars. And then there's the ornamental axes, which I'm good. And I think we'll try to get at least 1 or 2 standing torches, because the torches we don't need to worry about the way that we do. Maybe I should get a nice small table again. It turns out I need those wooden poles for quite a few things. So I should probably keep some of those going too. But that is something I noticed, is that we were really running out of light. There we go. We'll get that torch going. And maybe some more wooden poles, since it turns out I can turn them into quite a few things. Ooh, and then can't help it, I have to mine. And maybe while this is all going on, we should go inside, because it might take a little while for the food that I want to cook to be done. Clover, hi! Oh, look, the candles are burnt out after all. Clover, are you good? Okay, she's on the move. There you go. Now we can give you the little pet. All right, so now that we have the milk, I think we can make the mushrooms with cream. And then let's come over. There's my precious, precious fruit juice. We might as well get more fruit juice going using the wild berries. And then the cream. We need curd in order to make cream, it seems. Yes, so you have to start with the curd. There's so many layers that we need to tend to. We gotta fill it up with firewood. I love it. And then if we want bread dough, I need flour. I don't think I have anything to grind my own flour yet. So that's something to think about for the future. All right, there we go. So we turn the cow milk into 5 curd. Ooh, that's gonna be really useful. And then we can turn that into the cream, and then we can turn the cream into mushrooms with cream. Finally. And I think if we have, is it the curd? All right, let me fill this back up with fuel. There we go. And then the yogurt, if we have curd, we can make yogurt as well. I don't think we need to worry about that just yet. There's also fish broth. And then there's, let's see, does fish broth make more than cooked seafood? Cooked seafood, I mean, we might as well have something cooking. There's no reason not to. And there's the porridge. Oh, that would be quite cute too, as a little breakfast thing. It'd almost be adorable to be able to like offer like breakfast and dinner as 2 different things. But we might as well just get some cooked seafood going with the mussels, just so we have something happening at our kitchen when we're not doing anything else. And then the malt. Let's get the barley going. I don't think I've done barley as a malt yet. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so much fun to have so many things cooking, but I am beginning to realize, wait a second, this is probably why you want to buy multiple things for your kitchen. from the other tavern owner in town. Oh, so this is coconut versus wild berry. Oh, it sells for completely different amounts. I hadn't noticed. Ah. And meanwhile, we are out of candle light in here. So I can go ahead and at least get a few candles put out. I can't remember how expensive candles are, but we'll tend to that as we need to. How are things in the cellar? Because I also haven't checked in on these guys in a little while. 3 whole silver per drink. You just keep aging down here, my friend. I don't mind. That I'm pretty sure at this stage that's worth the wait. Yay! All right, so we've got curd, and we can turn the curd into cream. Okay, and then once the cream is done, we might actually finally, for real, have some proper progress. And it looks like the coconut fruit juice takes longer than the normal fruit juice. All of these cooking things being very, very important to discover after all. Oh look, and we can make yogurt if we wanted to right now. But I'm really excited. The mushrooms with cream, it's something I've been wanting to make since the very get of the go. So that would make me really happy to pull off. Should I do some roasted fish? Maybe more cooked seafood? All right, let's do some more mussel cooked seafood. And then we'll go check on the torch that we're trying to make and fill up our water. I'm not gonna be caught short on that again. Ah, see, this little town doesn't even know what's gonna hit it this night. Hopefully, plenty of, like, I'm even gonna clear out, look at me. I never clear out the grass, but I'm even just feeling that excited about things. And then, yay! All right, so we have one little torch now to help us kind of light everything up. I might make one more torch and then maybe a table after all, because we could serve even more people if we did that. We might start getting really, really busy if we have that many more benches and tables. But to be honest, I'm getting more and more excited. So let's see, and I need more planks. And if we can get our reputation up a little bit more, then we might be able to actually have like employees to come and help us. Maya's gonna be just shocked to pieces, I think, when she comes back. All right, let's clear out some of these trees. And maybe the season is getting along pretty intensely too, but maybe we'll even be able to do a little bit more farming before the end of the season. And we can check in with some of the shops in town once I have a bit more gold rattling around in my pocket, so that we might be able to see if there's other things we can craft that would really be useful for us. All right, let's gather all this up. In fact, I wonder if I should check on that before the evening really sets in. All right, let's check on these torches. Oh, you know what? Now I do kind of want to like peek inside town and just see like how much does it cost? Because then we would have some goals on what we might want to be able to build. Let's see. So I want... Where can I put you then, torch? You don't... Are you saying you only go outside? Is that what you're telling me? And that the only way I can light up these little corners... Maybe a little tiny table or something I can put my candles on. That's the only explanation I can think of, because the torch doesn't want to go anywhere. Well, that's just silly. Outside only then. Ah, fine. The cream's done, yes! All right. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. And there's wild mushroom and yellow foot, which has more flavor to it. And then the cow cream. Mix it all together. Yay! Oh, no doubt we'll be able to finally have a little bit of progress now. Oh, that's such a relief. Let's get more curd going. And then I think I can even... No, I need more ingredients before we can do anything else over there. All right, let's see. But I guess I could make more malt. I have no idea how long malt is supposed to be good for. Oh wait, store all matching. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And then store all matching. And then we can get a few more ingredients in here just to make sure. There's our cream. Here's some malt and seaweed. And then the curd. Well, I might need that barley, actually. All right. I am very proud. Getting the kitchen up and going. Getting everything prepared so that we can go ahead and open up. Hi, Clover. And open up for business. A little bit more. Oh, now you have different dishes and drinks in your tavern's menu. The wider the variety of dishes and drinks on sale, the more money and reputation you'll gain. Remember that clients only appreciate variety if the recipes are completely different. Different ingredients or modifications don't provide variety to your menu. Oh, very important to know then. All right. While that's cooking, and before we open up for the night, we're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk these biscuits. We're gonna run in town and we're gonna see what's for sale. Because I'm realizing, wait a second, I probably need to know how much gold I need in my pockets. Hi, puppy! And then, hello, Amos. I hope you're doing okay. Maybe we'll talk again? Talk about what? If you want to buy something or have a drink, fine. Else, you know where the door is. If I wanted to listen to someone waffling on, I'd speak with Laya. Talk, she says. Oh, I'm sorry. The bottle's behind me, just for decoration. I'm not going to prepare hundreds of drinks when my customers are more than happy with what's on the house. Well, and also he does sell beds, because I think one day in the future, we will be able to go ahead and we will be able to have cute little rooms for people to stay in, which I'm really looking forward to. Oh, wow. Another fireplace, a grinder. Grind cereals and other ingredients. So that's probably what we need to make our own flour. Let's see, large bench, the kegs, which we only have 2 of right now, a little low table, another mop. I probably need multiple mops if I'm going to be able to like get employees cleaning up too. Stools, wine yeast, and then there's a whole bunch of reputation we'd need to work on. Cheesery! You can guarantee that I'm going to be very excited about getting a cheesery. Let's see, kitchen yeast. Here's another food prep table. I don't see another whole like kitchen setup. And the brewing barrels. Let's see. Yeah, some of these are quite expensive, but I think we might be able to make do in the future. And big chest, which probably would be great to be able to go ahead and have a big chest. Let's see. I don't know if we need distilling. And I think, did he have like a distilling fermentation tank is what we've got. Maybe we'll grab some of these yeast with the last of my silver coins. All right, so we have kind of an idea. I think if you show up with gold in your pocket. Oh, hello, ma'am. Her hair looks a lot like mine. It'd be kind of fun to be able to chit chat. I wonder if Woody, you're still here. The workshop's been very busy lately. I'm hoping I can take a day off to visit my brother and the kids. Little Violet is just like Buzz and I at her age. Oh, so Woody is the brother of Buzz. Oh, that's so fun. All right, so I'm curious. There's items, recipes. I can just straight up find the recipe for the brewing barrel. Man, forget everything else then. Also a closet. Maybe I could change my own clothes then. That would be really nice. Coal stockpiles, firewood stockpiles. Oh, look at that pretty stone path. If only I still had some coins left. And then stone urns. Oh, so we could get a birdhouse. I would love to have a birdhouse and a bird fountain. Are you kidding? Of course I would love that. There's also a mixing tank, which I think might be needed in order to maybe make some mortar, which I think we might need to get the buildings built by Buzz. So I'm starting to see how all of it kind of loops together. The stonecutter's table. Yeah, I could see how we would need some of these things. Maybe even the sawmill work zone poster, the construction table. That's probably expand our tavern. Oh, okay. Definitely want to save up for that. And otherwise, he does have, I think, okay, so that's everything. So those are for the recipes for everything. And then the actual items. Got it. So basically a lot of gold. But it's good to know what we might need to work on in the future and what we have to look forward to, just with those little glimpses of what's on offer for sale too. And now that it is getting quite late, I think it's time to return home. I will gather up what I can of our wonderful cream of mushroom soup. I will see if I can put down a few candles at random since apparently my torches aren't going to be working. Mushrooms with cream. There we go, friends. And no doubt we will soon become well known amongst the people in the village for having absolutely wonderful, delicious food. I'm sure. There's certainly nothing that will go wrong in the kitchen. We won't make anyone sick. It'd be terrible if you could use like a poisonous mushroom by accident and be like, oh, dang it. But I don't think that can happen, so we don't need to worry. Apparently it's like freezing cold in here now. Okay. Well, look at the variety of food we have on offer. Look at how dark it is and cold. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get down maybe a few more candles, if nothing else. Just piles of candles. And then we'll have to go ahead and see. Oh my word, that's so silly. We'll have to see how a busy, busy day of sales goes next time. So, if I don't burn this place down, I'll see you all then. Bye-bye.